I'm so happy that like people can't see us like in the background while that music is going, because I'm sitting over here just having like a good time. I'm like, wow, that's not my best dancing skills. But what's going on, guys? The Hollie and Creme Show. You know what it is: real estate branding and content. Joined by my co-host, Hollie Kitchens. What's going on, Hollie?
What's up? What's up? Super excited to chat with you as always, and looking forward to talking with everyone else too, as well as you guys popping in comments and everything.
Yeah, so we will be on top of the comments, so we will be able to get to you there. But you know, this is something where, Hollie, I've been seeing you all over Clubhouse, whether it's like through, well, number one, I've been seeing your ads pop up all the time now. So I'm seeing like every platform I go to, I see Hollie like thumbs up, got the Giphies rolling. So everywhere I go, I'm seeing Hollie Kitchen. So I just want to first state that. So that's fantastic. So what have you been doing? Like, so tell the audience here, maybe they're not in your ad campaign, which I don't know, they gotta be. But tell us a little bit of like what you have going on there.
That's so funny. Yeah, you cannot escape me. If you've been anywhere and gave me a tad bit of information anywhere, I am creeping on you.
Right.
Yeah, so just kind of with Agent Authority Academy, just doing some ads, running some ads, kind of really testing some stuff.
Right.
Learning some methods that I actually learned through Clubhouse. We'll definitely be diving into Clubhouse here in a second. But yeah, just doing some A/B testing, some split testing, and then, on some of the, like, to me, it's like, okay, a course or something that's easy for you guys to consume, and it's easy on me not to, having to stop and having to do stuff just because I'm so busy. So going through and doing some split testing there. So appreciate that feedback. I'm glad to see that it's working.
Right. Yeah. And it's actually funny. It's the very first, like, I used to say, like, branding, digital marketing course I bought. It was Billy Jean. And Billy Jean, he got me because he's like, you're watching this video, you're seeing my ads. He's like, want to learn how to do it? Well, that's what I'm going to teach you. I'm like, well, damn, you got me to the landing page. You got me to do all this. You want to learn how to get someone to do this? I'm like, you sold me based on what you're going to sell me. So I'm like, you got me. So it's almost like the same thing with this branding academy. I'm seeing it all the time. I obviously, I follow you on places, but your ads, everything's following me. It's basically want to learn how to be like that brand. So I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do, Hollie. So that's what I thought. It was amazing how you're selling people based on what you're being able to show them.
100%. And, that's just a key thing too. I think when we get so heavily involved in marketing, whether it's houses or whatever you guys are doing marketing wise, it's so easy to sit there and say, hey, learn how to do this. Hey, learn how to do this. But then when you show them that you actually do that,
right.
I could sit there and make the prettiest little ad or whatever. At the end of the day, if you don't really truly believe me, especially for those who don't know who I am, right?
Right.
And it's so funny is not yesterday, like a couple of days ago, my days are running together. I actually got a message. Somebody's like, hey, I guess I used your GIF, and someone said, how do you know Hollie Kitchens? So it was like somebody I didn't even know that reached out to me and said, whatever. So we ended up connecting on Facebook, but it was cool. And then after that, I saw like somebody else had come on and I was like, hey, this is a random person using your GIF. So like, just start doing, you know what I mean? You got to practice. It's a classic example of you got to practice what you preach, for sure.
Yeah, it's funny because the first time I saw you on there, I'm like, man, they let Hollie on GIF. Like, how like what happened? They allowed you on there, and then you show me like the tricks and tips. I'm like, I got the same response. People are like, man, so you made it now. You're on a GIF, and I'm thinking like, thank you, Hollie Kitchens.
Well, I know I saw Elena Cardone using one yesterday, and I was like, yeah.
Right. Wait, she used one of yours?
No, one of her own, but like she's showing, no, but I would have definitely shared that one, but no, she was using one of her own. So I'm just thinking it's cool to see people making sure that they're using and take advantage of that platform.
Oh, look at Pops hopping on here. If it's new, make it work for you. You know what? I got my quote of the days. I think that just made one right there.
That's awesome.
All right, Hollie, I got the caption on here. What the hell is Clubhouse? So here's the thing. We're seeing it all the time. If you're in the real estate industry, there's no escaping the fact that Clubhouse is here. People are posting about it. You're seeing who's got an extra invite. All these things are jumping around. But break down for me, what the hell is Clubhouse, Hollie?
So for those who don't know, maybe you're an Android user, unfortunately, and you're not able to get
Oh,
in,
yeah.
or you don't have anybody with invites. So Clubhouse is definitely the newest, hottest social media platform. And it's definitely different than any other platform we've seen because, Instagram is picture focus. Facebook is community focused. Twitter is characters, so on and so forth. But with Clubhouse, it's an audio only platform. So the only picture you'll ever see of someone is the picture that's on their profile, and it's like a size of a quarter. It's super small.
Right.
So you can't really even see whoever they really look like. However, the thing about it is like you connect with authentic connections, talking and speaking. Tonality is important. Obviously, getting engaged and having this awesome conversation is super important. That's how you build your following. You can't just they started at the very beginning. People do like follow for follow rooms, I had heard, which is always a mistake. You guys remember, I don't know if it was like on MySpace or if it was on Facebook back in the day, but they would have like the follow for follow.
I think it was MySpace.
Was it MySpace? It was like way back in the day.
Yeah.
Well, Clubhouse nipped that in the butt real quick and said, hey, this is against our policy terms. Like the goal of Clubhouse is to cultivate, and, have those impactful relationships, not number of followers like everyone's so focused on. And that's another reason why I absolutely love it. Is like, it's not like any other platform where, you want to be cool and you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm only following like 2 people, but I have like 2,000 followers. Like, it's not like that at all. But the key to Clubhouse is to actually follow people, because that's your in to those rooms that they're going to be speaking in.
Right.
So if you're not following people, you're not going to be able to have access to rooms. That's just point blank.
I think that's a huge get too, because that was something I didn't realize too until, of course, Hollie comes on and spits some magic. But Clubhouse, it is a different animal, because everyone's saying go to video. We're both big on video. Yeah, like, go to video, and here this platform comes along with no video, but everybody's talking to it. But I think that's what it allows people to really get on there and be able to share their message. That's how saw the other day Glenn Sanford and Grant Cardone in the same room. Why? Because they don't have to sit there, get in front of the camera, get set up, get their whole speaking things ready. They can just hop on there when they're on their fly, when they're on the run, they're walking, they're outside doing things. They can hop on Clubhouse just like we can. We don't have to sit here in our podcast studios, which, Hollie always crushes it. I'm always looking at different things that you're doing, Hollie, like in the background. And I'm like, all right, how can I get like an artistic look going on?
Same. I'm digging that background. You have an awesome one. Looks very, very good. Or is that's not your TV? That's actually art, right?
Yeah. So we actually got this one here recently, and I'll tell you what. If we flip this around, I got a 2-person podcast set up on the other side now. Yeah. I got a plant. I was so proud of myself. I went to IKEA. I'm like, that would be a podcast plant. I'm starting to get the eye for this thing. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. I love it. What's so funny is like I even had a meeting today with somebody who was looking to start their own podcast and just had some questions for me. And I was like, go video. And then you just said, this is audio only. So I just thought that was very funny, because that's how we operate right now. So we always want to do video because it's the top of the pillar of the content. But yeah, Clubhouse is audio only. And like I said, you gain quote unquote followers, I guess that's what it's called, followers, by contributing, by creating relationships. So it's super important for you guys, not only just to sit in the audience. So like you get into a room. So first off, your homepage is called your hallway. Yeah. So your hallway has your rooms, and then that's when you can pop in and out of rooms. So when you get into those rooms, it's super important to engage, raise your hand, ask questions, speak. What's up, Jackie? Or Jacqueline? How are you, girl? Anyways, so squirrel there. Go in there, get engaged, raise your hand, connect. I will tell you this: once you start connecting with people, you start seeing that people start running in similar circles.
Exactly.
And it's so important to me, if you really want to be on that platform, you actually get engaged, because that's just the key of it. Bottom line.
No, you're 100% right. And that's where, there's always this is probably one of my worst habits. I go like 2 trains of thoughts, and I'm on 4 fingers. All right, here are 3 things you need to do. All right. So for the audio listeners out there, they wouldn't tell the difference, but there's like 2 trains of thoughts with this too. You can start your own Clubhouse. You can start your own room, right? And then you can build people around it. You continue to go, be consistent with that, which is great. And both trains of thought can work if you are consistent with it. So
100%.
one is being able to build your own room, be able to build your own brand and continue that way.
Mm-hmm.
The one that I've been focusing on is just being a guest on as many rooms as I can, speaking in as many rooms as I can, and leveraging the groups that have already been built. Right.
Yep.
So that's where I've been really focusing on. Like you said, it is about being able to raise your hand and speak.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. It can be nerve-wracking. It can be like, man, I don't have anything to say in this room. You know, I've been there. But what it takes to be able to really make an impact, and for me to get the full value out of the app, you got to raise your hand and you have to speak. My grammar killed me. You have to raise your hand and you have to speak. Right. Yeah. And here's another great byproduct of this. It's not really, you won't go on there. You won't get spammed a bunch of messages through this app. Right. What you do is you get those authentic connections. And then through there, you also have your Instagram hooked up. I'll tell you what, my Instagram's been taking some good hits on the upside because of Clubhouse and the connections we're able to make.
100%. Same here. You know, and it's so fascinating to see. I mean, I joined Clubhouse January 1st and really started implementing it probably a couple of days after that. So I'm about like technically a little over a month, but really just about a month in actually using it. And I will say just watching the progression of the growth of the opportunity is phenomenal. I've seen people get job offers. I've seen people have people like Damon John invest in their, you know, say, hey, message me, let's get, you know, something going and investing in their company. Yeah. I've seen, you know, people are now even getting paid to moderate rooms. Like there's professional moderators. Like it's crazy.
Where am I signing up? All right.
Exactly, right?
Holly, I'm signing you up and I'm signing up for that. All right, we're good.
Like
we got new jobs, Holly.
Crazy. It's so crazy. So like, you know, we have our Women Elevation group on Facebook. We have a closed Facebook group. I think there's about 3,000 women in there that are business owners, entrepreneurs of any sort. You know, it's not just real estate. So we applied and got approved for a Women Elevation group or a club. So now we have a Women Elevation Club where we can collaborate and have like a little hangout place, if you will, on Clubhouse. So the cool thing is, you know, one thing too, is if you want to really grow your audience and grow your room, you've got to have those influencers in there. And yes, this is a brand new platform, but there's already influencers out there that have like, you know, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers. Right. So if you get in there, for instance, this is a classic example. So we have like a coffee in the Clubhouse on Fridays, what we have at 9 a.m. Just kind of celebrating wins and kind of chit chat and everything. So we have those. It's a smaller group because we're just now starting them. However, we're now implementing on having like an influencer or a big, you know, person that can add value, big name into the group. So last week was our first week doing that. And that was Jen Gottlieb who was in there. And she's the co-founder of Super Connector Media. Yeah. So if you guys, I'm going to put a plug in with her group because she's absolutely phenomenal. I went through her boot camp, Be on TV boot camp. If you guys are ever interested on being featured, go to beontvbootcamp.com, pay $55, enroll in the course. I personally use their technique and I learned to pitch myself and I've gotten featured in media that way. So just a little plug and shout out to them. Anyways, so she is one of those people who run and has a big following and you just see that the people hop where she goes. Yeah. So the thing about Clubhouse is whenever somebody hops into a room that you're following, you get a notification that they're in that room. Yeah. So we had her on, and I think before she had hopped on, we might have had like 15, 20 people kind of slowly kind of trickling in. Right. As soon as she hopped on and we made her a mod, I think we got up to like 134, which is great for us because we haven't had any, like we didn't have triple digits. Again, this platform's new and we're still trying to get everything going underneath our feet. So like instantly, like within a matter of seconds, it hopped so quickly. Right. So that's just the key too. If you're really wanting to, you know, get some followers and you really wanted to put on some rooms that add value, find those influencers, connect with them authentically. Maybe it's somebody you already have a connection with, or, you know, start connecting with them in the Clubhouse. Then they'll be able to bring that fire to you guys too. Because I'm telling you, like I had so many people message me afterwards, both on Facebook and Instagram, because side note, Clubhouse doesn't have a DM. Yeah. That were like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. Jen's awesome. Like da da da. Yeah. So that's just the key there too. If you guys want to grow rooms, get people who have a good following and authentic following. I mean, like I said, it's so new. Pretty much they are authentic, but there's some onesies, offies that did the follow for follow, which definitely I don't think anybody wants to bring them on stage anyways.
And look, when you do those rooms, wow, you get a bunch of followers, but they are the people that you want to follow. You know, you're getting these notifications to join these people's rooms. And, you know, like if you follow the wrong people, you're never going to be in the right rooms. You won't gain an audience that you want to. And I feel like that leveraging other influencers, that's true across every platform. It's big on Clubhouse. It's big. Why do you guys think I did the Hollie and Creme show? I mean, come on, guys. Why do you think I got? Why do you think I got Hollie on here? You know, I had to leverage the hell out of Hollie to get her on the show. You know, but that's what we're supposed to do, right? It's leveraging other people's audiences where they get to come and spread their message to your audience, and in turn, you're able to gain some more from theirs. 100%. So that's where, you know, I always preach that it's by leveraging your sphere. I always say real estate agents are really good at drinking and meeting people, right? So I mean, we can't drink and go on social. You can, but I don't recommend it. But the people that we meet, we can leverage them on social media, on Clubhouse, on Facebook, like all these different ads, but especially Clubhouse. Like you just said, you want to fill a room, get somebody who has that huge following.
Yeah. And it's crazy too. Like yesterday I was in Perry Belcher's room and Marketing Monday. And if you guys aren't following Perry Belcher, definitely follow him. He's fantastic and always, you know, best of the best. But anyways, he had his room and he had a professional note taker there. Like it's the craziest thing. It's seeing people like take advantage of the platform. He had a professional note taker. So of course I take this guy up on it. And I'm like, you know, the guy said the call to action is to click on my bio, go to my Instagram and type in the word Perry Belcher and the messages. I'll hook you up. I'm like, cool. So I typed in Perry Belcher. You know, I got asked for my email address. Right before I hopped on here, what did I get is an email saying, hey, here's the notes from yesterday. And I haven't got a chance to dive into them, but like, talk about like that right there is gold. People pay tens of thousands of dollars to be in Perry Belcher's mastermind.
Right.
And I got it for free just by DMing somebody and saying, like, this is ridiculous. You guys got to hop in there and soak up all the information because people are just giving so much value and they're giving away for free. And I don't know, you know, there's always talks about the platform being monetized and people being able to charge for rooms. But as of right now, February 2nd, 2021, it's free game. Like
we're throwing our date. Yeah, we're throwing the dates down just to make sure we set it on this time. So right now we're not monetizing on the rooms.
Yep. So if you guys listen to this like 6 months later and like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about.
Right. Well, I'm sure you guys will because you know you guys will be looking it up. But with that being said, no, you're right, and that's where again it's a free app for now. I'm being able to take advantage of it. And, you know, if we were able to say, I'm not saying it's the next YouTube, but I'm telling you what, this is a huge platform that's taken off. If somebody came to you and said at the beginning of YouTube, start your channel, be consistent and get on there, everyone would be like, hell yeah, I would do it. Well, Clubhouse is a new app that's taken over and it's a great opportunity to get in now, be consistent, get your content strategy and really start going with it.
100%, because like you just said, you know, you were the first user of Facebook. I mean, I remember when you couldn't get in Facebook because you had to have a college email address and I was in high school. So I was like, I couldn't get into it. Like that'll show you, that'll date me right there. But like, that's why I was on MySpace until they finally opened up Facebook and legit, like it was it was a couple years after or whatever. But the great thing is it is so new. Everyone is new on there. You are not late to the party. Hop in there, engage. You've got to get on these stages. You know, first start small. It's okay to be in a small room because I personally like the small rooms because you actually get to talk and get to know everyone.
Great relationships.
Exactly. Obviously, the bigger rooms, you get more of a followers if you get to be speaking and stuff like that. But the key is to add value because if not, like I was in a room last night. People are getting called out for, they called mod squatting. Like you're just squatting there just to have a title. Like value, like contribute. But it's just interesting to see all these terms and stuff coming up. But it's an awesome platform. I mean, Elon Musk, I wasn't there in that room, but I guess Elon Musk was on there the other night. And they had to have like 12 overflow rooms because it was such a big event, if you will.
Well, and you know, it's funny. Somebody said to me the other day, it's like, man, I already missed the rush. You know, I'm already too late to Clubhouse. And that absolutely blows my mind. You know, these limiting beliefs that we're telling ourselves that, okay, maybe Clubhouse was a little bit hotter like a month ago. Maybe like when everyone was first going there. But here's the thing. It is just the app is just starting. You did not miss anything. Like, even if you get started using videos on Facebook, I still don't think you've missed the ball completely. Like, you're still getting out there in front of so many people. So that limiting belief of, man, I'm already missed Clubhouse. You are absolutely dead wrong. You are still getting it on the ground floor. Get in there, start utilizing the app, use the tips that we discussed here today, and really start building your account that way.
100%. And I know before we hop off, I just want to share something that's fascinating that I've
Right.
observed lately.
Yeah.
And, you start noticing these people are connecting together, just like I had said. And Tyrese, the actor Tyrese
Yeah.
is on there a lot. And I started noticing him in the same rooms as Grant Cardone. Well, who's speaking at 10X Con? Tyrese.
There you go.
Would that have happened without Clubhouse? I'm not sure.
I don't know. That's a great.
Probably not, because they got connected and they started speaking together. Guess who else is speaking at 10X Con?
Glenn Sanford.
Yep. And why do you think that he's probably speaking there? Do you think that Grant Cardone called him up? Probably not. I'm going to say Grant was heard him speaking in Clubhouse and was like, holy moly.
Man, this is the guy. Wow, yeah. Holly.
So think about the power, think of the opportunity you guys are missing out by not being in these rooms and showing up and delivering value, because
you could be a speaker at 10X right now if you were just on Clubhouse.
Yep. If you were just on Clubhouse.
If you're just on Clubhouse, you could be a 10X speaker, right? But that's a great point. And man, I did not think about it that way. That's fantastic. I did see crazy. Glenn.
I had saw I was in a room whenever it was the 10X Club, one of Grant's rooms that he's speaking, and Glenn was on there, and he was like, Glenn, this guy's an awesome, legit, business guy that actually has legit money. That's another thing. It's like there's a lot of millionaires in the Clubhouse that aren't millionaires.
Right.
I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a millionaire, and I'm not going to say but anyways, but he's like, he's legit, whatever, wealthy. He's like, everyone, let's help Glenn get to 6,000 followers. So I think to me, I'm like, he had to just be starting to get connected with Glenn. And then they were talking about the stock splits and everything. And then the next thing the next 2 days, I saw somebody post in the Honey Badger group, Glenn at 10X. And I'm like, I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they connected in Clubhouse.
Holly, that's a great statement, man. It's through Clubhouse. I was thinking about that too the other day. I'm like, how did he get connected with them? And it was most likely through Clubhouse.
Yep.
Wow. Awesome. Holly, thank you so much for coming on for the Holly and Krem show, guys. You know what it is. Tuesday, tomorrow. Next Tuesday, we're going to be a half hour later. We're going to have a special guest for you guys. Super excited to bring him on. Holly, thank you so much for coming on this week.
Oh my gosh, Nick, it was fun. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we'll see you guys.
Bye.